Take care of her. She's a classic.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, where do I pick it up?
It's on the card.
LaRusso. No, no, no.
All right, guys, what's going on? We got our special guest, Dominick Racano from Cobra Kai Season 1, Episode 1. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so what made you want to get into the industry, like as an actor, what inspired you to do that?
I kind of fell into it by accident. Growing up, I always, did the school plays and um, all these performances. Then in high school, I had this English teacher. I was good in school except for English,
Yeah,
and he was like, "This is not for you." So he made a whole curriculum, like video production, creative writing, and I just flourished and was so excited. I would make,
yeah,
sketches and commercials, and just had a really good time. But then went to college and thought this couldn't be a career, so I got bogged down into the corporate world. But then I started
yeah,
doing stand-up comedy, and a couple of my employees were taking acting classes, so I was like, "Oh, let me take the acting class to help with my stand-up." And then
yeah,
that led to me going on auditions and booking roles. So I quit my job, and now I do
yeah.
acting, and I also write and produce. And now I'm newly a festival director for a comedy awards show here in Atlanta as well.
Yeah, so what was your experience like on Cobra Kai? It's been about 4 years, I think, but
Yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, I'm where it all started, which is kind of cool. Yeah, and since it was the first episode, but it's not shot in order. I had auditioned for many other roles in season
yeah,
one, and man, the writers they're so funny. It was just such a good, well written, and I was excited every time I got an audition because it
yeah,
always was fun. So I ended up getting the smaller role, which is totally cool because I knew it wasn't going to get cut because, I'm the reason that they two meet.
yeah,
So I was like, okay, I know it's not going to get cut at least.
yeah,
But yeah, it was just a really cool experience. Everyone was really nice, and I got to peel off in a tow truck for many
yeah,
times.
yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, what was it like getting to work with William Zabka on that?
Yeah, Billy's really cool. Just very chill, nice guy. Just real together, and
Yeah,
yeah, just everyone was like, they couldn't shoot my scene until it got dark, but they didn't want me to sit in my trailer all day, so they're like, "Oh, come hang out with hair and makeup," while they shot a bunch of the fight scenes.
yeah.
So it was just cool hanging out with the crew. And at one point I dozed off and heard a familiar voice, and I woke up, and Ralph Macchio's right there. I was like, "Oh, hey, what's up?"
Yeah, yeah,
So it was just it's a nice family. And it's
yeah,
cool because, when you're only a day player, you're kind of intruding on, it's kind of like,
yeah,
bringing a friend over for Thanksgiving dinner. It's kind of awkward, but they all make you feel welcomed.
yeah. So, what have you, were you a Karate Kid fan, previous to, working on Cobra Kai?
I mean, as a kid, I saw Karate Kid. Obviously, everyone
Yeah,
did. um, but yeah, it's just so cool. Um, how it's gotten like a new life with Netflix, because when it came out on YouTube Red, I was the first episode, so people were reaching out. They're like, "Hey, I saw you," blah blah blah. But then once it got over to Netflix, it just exploded, which is so rewarding because it's
yeah,
being in the independent film world mostly is like you put out good content, but if you don't have the eyes to see it, you know,
yeah, for sure.
so it's so great that they got that platform, so more eyes could definitely be on the project.
Yeah, like I saw the first two episodes in theaters because like they premiered them like back in 2018, but like there wasn't 10 people in there. Like not now because of COVID, but nowadays that'd be slammed if they did something like that.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah. So what was your experience like on Stargirl?
Oh, that was cool too. And that one, it's interesting because like you see the scene, and they had cut out a bunch. That's what always happens. Just there's no time to get it all in. But as quick as that scene was, we actually were on set for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
uh, and it was pretty cool. And one of my mentors is on the show as well, so it was cool to get to. Because a lot
Yeah,
of
for
times you
sure.
just go there and you're just intimidated because you're like, oh my gosh, and then this time you're like, oh good, I know someone.
Yeah.
So that helps.
Yeah, so I don't know like if you knew at the time, but like your towing company from the show was actually like respect to like Pat Morita who played Mr. Miyagi.
Yes, definitely. I
I always
love
thought it was pretty cool how they did that.
that's so cool how they did that. Yeah, and like on my clip, I always start on that because it's I love Easter eggs like that, and I love
Yeah.
how they just make they really put all the story together
Yeah.
and respect for the beginnings.
Yeah, what's your like dream role, like whether it's a type of movie or type of, series?
I really don't have one. I would love to do more comedy. That's what
Yeah.
I do myself and produce and write on the side. But I would love to be, in a big time comedy. I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
Just from my looks, I always get the bad guy, the intimidating guy. Um, but yeah, I'm really just a dork, and
Yeah.
I wanna
Yeah.
show that.
Yeah. So when like have you seen all 3 seasons of Cobra Kai?
No, unfortunately, I don't watch much
Yeah.
television, or it's sad, but I don't have time, unfortunately.
Yeah. Is there any current upcoming projects that you can talk about?
um, the, Not on like the big screen. I mean, thankfully here in Georgia, productions are getting back up to normal. So
Yeah.
I've been auditioning a lot, but I haven't booked anything yet. But the thing I'm most excited about is the All the Laughs ATL Comedy Awards that I'm the festival director of.
Yeah.
We started that last year in the middle of the pandemic, and basically, to get through, I was writing comedic sketches and then having my friends shoot it, and then I would edit it and put it
Yeah.
out on the internet. So I just wanted to reward other people that were doing the same and making people laugh when the world needed it the most. So
Yeah, for sure.
this year in season 2, we're gonna be in person and online. So it's just a celebration to
Yeah.
cheer on other comedic creatives around the world.
Yeah. What is it like going, from an actor to a writer, like what is it kind of, going through those different stages?
I kind of like it. Like some people, they're like, well, I just want to focus on one thing. But I
Yeah.
think when you act and produce your own stuff, you understand the bigger picture. So when you do have that audition or you're on set, you understand your piece of the puzzle,
Yeah.
and you don't go above and beyond that because, stay in your lane because there's a million things going on and you just need to tell the story
Yeah.
and it's not about you.
Yeah.
So it's good to know that, and especially it's very helpful too because there's a lot of things going on. Because when on your own sets, you're worried about
Yeah.
continuity and this, that, the other. So you're another set of eyes too, and going, oh hey, we need to start this way. Oh cool, yeah, thanks for catching that.
Yeah.
So it's good to know what everyone does, and it just
Yeah.
comes in
For
handy to
sure.
be a better player.
Yeah, like it seems like to me, like, writing your own stuff, you kind of like, I feel like if you're like, maybe like on a show or a movie, you don't really have any input, but when you're writing it yourself, you can take it in the direction you kind of, see it as.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. I mean, yeah, obviously everyone likes some sort of creative control.
Yeah.
But it's funny because like most of the stuff I write, I don't write for myself to act in, which is, I guess, weird. I don't know. But
Yeah.
usually, when I write it, I said I don't see myself as this, so I'll get my friends. I'll be like, hey, yeah, you'd be perfect for this role.
Yeah.
Um, I just want to tell a good story. It doesn't have to be me in it.
Yeah. Do you have any desire to be a director?
That's the position I like the least,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure why. I'm not the best communicator. Like I kind
Yeah.
of know what I want, but I just don't know like the right vocabulary to get there sometimes. And I don't want that to feel frustrating to the talent. So
Yeah.
I prefer the AD position. So it's kind of like more, more organized, even though I'm very disorganized. But I
Yeah,
can keep people on schedule and you know make make things flow nicely and all collaborate that way. So that's my favorite crew position besides location scouting. I love location scouting.
yeah. So, yeah, like, what is it kind of like, being a producer? Like, what does all that kind of entail?
And that's the thing too is like I'm self-taught and a lot of my friends that are on the crew side in the industry, they're like, oh, I can get you a job because you pretty much do what producers do, because I
Yeah,
don't I just do what I know to do,
yeah,
because I've never was formally trained. But I mean, you just wear a lot of hats.
yeah,
It's every day is different, which I enjoy. Doing the same thing over and over again would just drive me insane. And it just, yeah, it's like anticipating problems and
yeah,
solving them before they happen. But regardless of how much you do in pre-production and how much you plan, there's always going to be something that comes in, and it's just quick thinking and problem solving
yeah.
and keeping a healthy, fun atmosphere.
Yeah, so what has it been like for you? I know like a lot of it's starting to open back up now, but what was it kind of like, during the pandemic with the whole film industry shut down?
Yeah, so I basically lost all three of my jobs in one day.
Yeah,
So between acting and I was teaching at a couple of schools, those schools closed. And I was working at a restaurant and that
yeah,
closed. So yeah, basically everything dried up all at once, which, and that's when I decided, I was like, well, I can crawl up into a ball or I can just start working on my other projects. So
yeah,
I co-founded Shift Drinks Comedy, which is like a restaurant comedy channel. So I just started writing, and it basically gave me more opportunity to do what I wanted to do. So I
yeah,
was writing more, producing more, and that's where I got energized. And that's when I wanted to recognize other people doing the same with
yeah.
all the laughs.
What's your favorite role that you've or favorite, film or television show you've been a part of so far?
Oh gosh. Um, yeah, and that's the thing, like, because you're always just a day player, but
Yeah.
I guess I would have to say Cobra Kai, because it's just such a franchise, and it's like
Oh
it's the
yeah.
first time I had people reach out to me and go, hey, I saw you on the show, can I get an autograph? It's like, what?
Yeah, yeah,
I was like, you want my autograph?
yeah,
Yeah, I guess it's just because it's over generations now.
yeah.
So this has probably been the coolest uh, so far.
Yeah. What was it like driving that big truck?
It was funny because at first, and like Billy's like really close to me, so I don't want to hurt him. He's the
Yeah.
star of the show.
Yeah.
Um, so I was basically at first I was like going off like really slowly, and they're like,
Yeah.
"That doesn't sell." I'm like, "Yeah, no, I know." But then I got a little more comfortable. I knew he was safe enough distance away.
Yeah.
Then I let it peel. But like as we do other takes, the director was like, you can go in reverse. If you want this scene shot quickly enough, you might want to have the professional drive it in reverse, because I didn't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was fun to peel off. Kind
Yeah.
of like
Was
being a
that
kid again.
yeah, was that shot like in the same area where like his car got hit or whatever?
So yeah, movie magic.
Yeah.
um, that other scene was done a totally different time. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, we did it to match it up.
Yeah. So what's your advice, for anyone wanting to get in the industry, whether it's producer, writer, actor, etc.?
Oh gosh. Make sure you don't have a plan B. If you
Yeah.
have a plan B, go ahead and do that, because, as glamorous as it may be for the 1%, everyone else is on a daily struggle.
Yeah.
But if it's what you're meant to do and it's what you're supposed to do, the struggle is worth it. Even
Yeah.
if you don't quote unquote make it,
Yeah.
um, it's the daily process that
For sure.
makes it worth going
Yeah.
for.
I just want to thank you for coming on. It was great to be able to chat with you today.
Oh no, thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
All right. Thanks. See you
All
later.
right, talk to you. Bye.